Hello and welcome back to another video. Just to go over a few things, we're going to discuss everything that's happening outside the men's team. A couple of little results to tell you about if he's like it, if you're interested. The Cardiff Preview, and just my prediction of what I think how the game will go. To start off with stuff that's outside the first team, the Sunderland women got a very important result against local rivals Durham last Sunday, a 2-0 win at the Stadium of Light. Can't remember what the crowd was, but it seemed like there was a few there. But personally, in my opinion, I wouldn't have moved up from Eppletown, because I've watched the women a few times at Eppletown, and especially I've watched the derbies at Eppletown, and it gets filled out and you can hear the crowd noise, and it makes it like a little, it just makes more of an atmosphere when everyone's crowded around. But that's the clubs up the club, and they've got a big crowd against Newcastle. But I'm not sure what the crowd was, but they say it's a shame for people at Eppletown who go and watch the games who miss out on stuff like that. I mean, they can get the bus and stuff and drive through, but say your local community and that, which they always play there, so I thought they should have just left it there. The under-21s, they lost 2-1 to West Brom Monday. Trey Ogden-Huey scored. I really like the look of Trey Ogden-Huey. There's a reason why he's been linked to Liverpool a lot. I said in the podcast when I used to do What the Fork, and I think he will score for the first team before the season's out, where that's a game where people are rested and he plays, but I fancy him to score before the season's out. And I think he'll be in and around the first team next season, just to try and fend off interest from Liverpool in clubs like that. On to Cardiff, Stadium of Light, 3 o'clock kick off on a Saturday, thank fuck. It's been a long time since we had one of them. I reached out on Twitter asking anyone if they want to do a opposition prediction. I'm going to put that first this week instead of normally leave it at the end, but I think I'm going to do that first from now on, then give you a rundown of like what Cardiff are like, where they're at, then give my prediction at the end. This is from NWM from World of Football Podcast. He's Cardiff mad. If he's on here, if you search him on here, look at these videos, watch them, subscribe, like them, whatever. I'll put a link for his channel in the description. Thank you to Michael Bowers for putting us in touch with him. He's turned around and said, looking forward to seeing us at the Stadium of Light once again, considering our record the last few seasons. I'll get onto that in a bit. Going to be another tough test, however, showing encouraging signs from our performances and you signing Yusuf Salac on fire. If we can avoid any more injuries, I think we can get points in another important game. And he's going 2-1 Cardiff this weekend with the goals from Salac and Mansverk. And he thinks Alan Brown will score for Sunderland. I personally don't think Alan Brown will play this weekend. I think he'll bring Rigg back in or play 2 up front and drop Brown and play Isidore. But I'll get on that later on. Thanks very much for that. I really, really appreciate it. And I can't remember who we play next. It might be Preston next on Tuesday. If any Preston fans are watching and listening or whatever, if you want to do an opposition prediction, just drop us on Twitter. Hashtag me handle. Sorry, for tripping over my words. It's the same as what it is on here. Then you'll be able to find us easily on Twitter. So thanks again. But into the Cardiff's recent form, they are 21st in the Championship. I think the table lies a little bit because they have been doing quite well recently, and they have got some really, really good players, which I'll get on to. They've got 36 points, played 35, won 8, drawn 12 and lost 15, which is probably why they are bottom. They've won one of the last 6 games, which is a 1-0 home win against Hull, something Sunderland couldn't do. It's funny enough. The record against the top 4, they've played Leeds twice, lost 2-0, obviously lost 2 defeats, what was that infamous 7-0 at Ellen Road, and they lost 2-0 at the Cardiff City Stadium. Similar to Burnley, Tuesday night, they played Burnley, they now lost 2-1, but by all accounts, you're reading into the game, they were very unlucky not to come away with a point. They should have. They're the first team to score past Burnley in 2025, which, for a Sunderland point of view, I hope that sends Burnley off in a little slump and we can go above them. They also lost 5-0 away. I think it was 2nd or 3rd game of the season, It was after they played us, and they got beat 5-0. Sheffield United, they've only played them once in the league. They lost 2-0 at home, but they beat them 1-0 in the FA Cup, and they've still got them to play, so you never know what could happen. The recent meetings between the two sides, obviously on the opening day, was a 2-0 win, thanks to goals from Luke O'Nien and Jack Clark. Jack Clark's final goal for Sunderland, because he played the Sheffield game and left just after that. Last season, it was a bit weird. They beat us 1-0 at the Stadium of Light. I think I remember it. I think we battered them for the whole game. They sat in it and they won the game 1-0. I think they scored just after half-time. Might have been a mistake from our end, but I remember the goal coming back from, obviously, your half-time pints and stuff, and put the ball in the back of the net. But we beat them at their end 2-0, thanks to a penalty from Alsatian, a Joe Bellingham goal under Mike Dodds when he experimented playing Joe Bellingham up front, which at the time we needed because we didn't have a centre-forward. And the season before, it was practically the same. We got beat 1-0 at Steamer Light. I think that was on a Sunday, I think, if I remember rightly. Again, the game, we had the better of the side. They went and scored from a corner. Correct as if I'm wrong, Cardiff supporters, but I'm sure it was Mark McGuinness who scored that day from a header from a corner. But I can't remember. I'm not 100% certain on that. But we beat them 1-0 at their end when we were on that long mazy run to get into the playoffs. A Dennis Cirkin goal. I think it was an Alex Pritchard free kick. The keeper saved it and Cirkin just headed it in the back of the net. The overall record against Cardiff is we played 70, Sunderland have won 24, Cardiff have won 29, and we've drawn 17. So it's a bit of it favours Cardiff more. And on the prediction what NWM gave from the World of Football podcast, I looked at that recent form and I immediately shit myself because it seems like they've won one game away from home all season and they come to Sunderland and Sunderland just do Sunderland things. So I'll give you a prediction later on, but I immediately looked at that and I went, oh fuck. The players to watch out for, the obvious one is Aaron Ramsey, former Arsenal player, Juventus player, played in the World Cup and Euros for Wales, top end player. He's 34 now. He came back in 2023 to Cardiff from, I think it was a free transfer from Juventus. I'm not entirely sure. On to the manager, they are managed by Omar Reza. He took caretaker charge from Erol Bullet, I think his name is. I think he's a Turkish fellow who was in charge last season. Then he got the job permanently December the 5th. He's managed 32 games this season. So obviously, I imagine Erlos's took the first 4 games and he's took the rest of them. A few more players to watch out for. I really do like Perry NG. He's been one of them players that I thought Sunderland could go after for a long while. I can't remember right, but I'm sure Mick McCarthy bought him to Cardiff. He came from Crewe. He got 6 goals last season. He does love a free kick, but he's only got 1 goal this season. Callum Robinson, veteran centre forward in the Championship. He's 12 goals this season. He's got the same amount of goals as Wilson Isidore. He's played for West Brom, Sheffield United, among others. He's a Republic of Ireland international, and if we give him a chance at goal, he will take it. And on to the fella that the opposition predicted as well, Yusuf Salic. Signed in January transfer window. He's got 4 goals in 9 games in the Championship and recently scored past Burnley on Tuesday night. But he also scored in the FA Cup. I can't remember if that was against Sheffield United, Arsenal, whoever they played. But he has got 5 goals for them, 4 in the Championship, so he will be a danger man. I think I read somewhere or listened to, I think it was the What the Fork preview. Go and have a listen to it if you ever get a chance to. He met whoever they had on, they mentioned about Cardiff going 2 up front. So I wouldn't be surprised if the game is an old-fashioned football game when you got both teams going 4-4-2 and they're going at it. Because if Isidore is rested, he's got to play Mayenda after last Friday night. He's got to play Mayenda after last Friday night. So by rights, do you bring Isidore and go 2 up front? We have before, and it's worked wonders for us. My prediction of the game, I think it'll be, if I'm going to pick my team, I think it'll be more or less the same. Patterson in goal, Hume, Mepham, O'Nien. I think you'll bring Dennis Cirkin back in. But I hope he does. I think in Poy's midfield, I think it'd be Roberts, Mundle, Job and Daniel, because I think he will play Isidore. It'll be Isidore and Mayenda up front. Hopefully, we get to see Tommy Watson on the bench. Give him a few minutes, this and there. Another option for Mundle. Regis Labrie said in his press conference, I don't know if he said his press conference, I think it's today actually, but he said in an interview he's unsure how to play Mundle and Watson together, but I wouldn't be against playing Mundle on the right and Watson on the left, or vice versa, because I think with the pacey wingers just driving the players, it gives us something different to Roberts on the other side. I think it'd be a tough game. I think Cardiff's position in the league, it's similar to Hull's when we play them. I don't think the game will be took for granted. We can't really, because they have the players to damage us and this, that and the other. They've got a few good players other than the players that I've mentioned. Personally think it'll be a 2-1 Sunderland win. I think it'll definitely be a 2-1 Sunderland win. I think we'll have a little bit too much for them as long as we don't do anything stupid and shoot ourselves in the foot, which recently Sunderland like to do at home. So there's always that in the case as well, where our home form hasn't been particularly great the last 4 or 5 games. So as long as we don't do any Sunderland stuff, I think we will win 2-1, and I won't be surprised if Wilson Isidore scores and Mayenda scores again. Thank you for listening, watching, however you tune in. Really appreciate all the comments, engagements, likes, whatever. If you want to have a watch me Sheffield Wednesday review, the link's in the description. Hopefully we're coming back on Sunday, which I'll do this on Sunday. I'll do a double. I'll do a Sheffield Wednesday, getting back in time. A Cardiff review, and I'll do a Preston preview for Tuesday. I'll do them together. Hopefully you get 3 points. Enjoy your weekends. How are the lads?